happy to have you with me. It's a big world and I am now a big girl. Come with me dito sa Heart World. Lahat tayo may happy place. And para sa akin, ang happy place, sad place na naging happy place ko is Paris. At malay nyo, happy place nyo rin. So for the very first time, it's an exclusive para sa inyo lang. Makikita nyo ang aking pinaghirapang treehouse sa Paris. So, bienvenue! Welcome to my apartment in Paris! So, kailan ko siya nabili? I think, mga a few years ago, pangarap ko talaga magkaroon ng apartment sa Paris. Kala ko imposible, pero ang imposible naging posible dahil may pinagdadaanan akong medyo mabigat ng mga panahong yan. It was a time in my life na kailangan kong patunayan sa sarili ko na kaya kong tumayo na mag-isa, na kaya kong mag-isa.
This is really a struggle because I don't even know how to fill up forms. Form nga sa bangko, natataranta ako. Ito pa kaya. But anyway, we're going to learn from this.
I never travel alone ever since I was a little girl. So, in my mind, I'm still a little girl when it comes to traveling. I usually travel with my team. I don't know a lot of things because I usually travel with my mom and her assistant when growing up in showbiz.
And nung time na yun, nanginginig na yung mga kamay ko kaka-paint. Nagbenta ako ng alahas, kung ano-ano nang ginawa ko para ma-achieve ko to. And even if it was a bad time in my life, what the devil uses for evil, God will use for good. And now, I'm in a happy place. Nagkaroon na ako ng apartment sa Paris. Come to my sala. So, when I was able to purchase this, it was a mess.
So cool. Kailangan ko dito. At siksikan na rin natin ang ano-ano. Charot! One day, I'm gonna have a museum. All of my fashion stories, experience, all of that.
I got this sofa. This one is from Lignet, if I'm not mistaken, that's how you pronounce it. All of these pillows are from Manila. Inuwi ko talaga siya. And then the carpet was already here, but the white carpets, I wanted to do all white because I wanted to make it feel fresh. Na kahit ang dami kong mga anik-anik, mga abubots, it's all still like very cohesive with one another. Inuunahan ko na kayo kasi pag mapunta kayo, ay maliit lang pala. So at least inunahan ko na kayo. Pag kunyari kayo nagde-design ng bahay, minsan confusing. Ako nga maximalist. So ang ginawa ko, dahil maliit lang yung bahay ko, yung mga tips ko was I tried to bring, of course, yung mga times na yun, halos lahat na makikita mo doon galing sa Manila. I wanted everything to have a common theme, which I wanted all of the colors to be majority white. Para malinis lang siya. Tapos kung magkakaroon ka ng pop of color, merong malalagay mo dun sa shelf mo, but I wanted to have character. So that's what I did. It's all about putting together your most prized possessions and color coordinating each shelf para hindi siya magulo sa paningin. So this is outside of Paris. Mahirap na kasi madaming mga akyat bahay gang doon. Pero basically, it's a very nice area in Paris and one of the safest.
Okay, so we're here. Yeah, it's also near Le Bon Marché. But now we're gonna go to this cute store that I passed by my last trip, but I haven't been inside. So,
So, yung outdoors ng apartment is the place where you can really walk. Pangarap ko pa naman lakwat siya, mag-commute, ganyan. Gusto ko talaga yung nagbibili-bili ng mga bulaklak. Parang yung nakikita nyo sa Emily in Paris.
we have reached the art store. There's actually another branch, but this is the nearest one. That Pagoda Harrison Ford na ako. Hi, kamusta?
Wow!
Amazing. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.
This one is a beautiful reminder. It's also by a French artist, life is beautiful, and indeed it is, the good and the bad, because it just completes the story. And again, I always believe that whatever happens to you in your life will make you a better person, it'll keep you grounded.
Pangarap ko din nadalhin si Panda doon, first as Pin in Paris. Come here. I love you. Come here. I have a friend, my agent, her name is Alice, and she lives in this area. Also, this area is, dyan nakatira yung mga ibang artista, ganyan. Nung nakita ko yung apartment na to, talagang na-inlove ako kasi parang fresh. Kumbaga, new place. And then, nakita ko yung spiral na staircase na, ito na yun. So, meron ako isang nakitang apartment na very Emily in Paris, pero ito na, short ako ng 20 million pesos. Mag-showgirls na ako talaga. Sabi ko, let go ko na yun.
I love your heart!
Eh, pwede bang may apartment ka sa Paris na walang art? Siyempre, hindi po pwede.
I don't know where I'm gonna put this painting, but it's always good to have a blank canvas everywhere you go.
So talagang tinadtad ko siya ng art. Para lumaki yung lugar, nilagyan ko ng mga mirrors, the artworks that I treasure the most. Kahit teddy bears ko nung bata ako. Kung si Panda hindi nakarating, at least sila nakarating.
This one is from my daughter, Jessie. It's her sketch from 2022, so I had it framed. These are all from Paris. Some are like European artists, and this one is my collaboration with Brian Boy of Incubus, and I wanted it to be part of here.
There's this really talented artist named Evangelista who we're doing a release with.
So when moving into a new home, kailangan meron naman din kayong katulong na tutulong sa'yo magbuhat bilang, Diyos ko, hagdanan lang to, di ba? So hulaan niyo kung sino ang tumulang sa akin.
Ang ating wife duties has been dead. I'm so sorry. Siguro may isang oras na wala kayo. Doon pala ako nagising. Hindi pa ako kasi kanina, kagabi, parang baksak na ako dyan sa sofa.
In the beginning, it was just me, but when my husband's cheese, when he came here, doon tinulungan niya na ako. So nakakatawa. Binantayan nilang ayusin tong lahat.
So ayan na nga, hindi pa rin nyo kailangan ng visa para makapunta ng Paris because we have more moments in my happy place when Heart World returns. Finally, nakuha ko yung apartment ko sa Paris. On our way! Yeah, we're in the car already on our way to the apartment.
Welcome to my treehouse here in Paris.
Kaya ako talaga siyang pinangalan ng Treehouse kasi nung bata ako, dream talaga namin magka-treehouse. Sa Cavite dati nung bata kami, may farm doon yung daddy ko. Tapos sa baba, meron kaming ginawang treehouse made out of banana leaves. Tumatakbo kami ng kapatid ko ng pinsan ko. Tapos, Sonic Tech! Chagpak! Gagano kami. Tapos may mga bata, di ko alam kung sino kayo, pero tinandaan ko talaga kayo. Sinunog niyo yung treehouse namin. So sabi ko, ito na, ang treehouse ko na sa Paris. At walang gustong tumulong sa akin. And that was Fashion Week. So can you imagine, yung meron akong picture na nagkakarga ako ng halaman, yun.
Kaya niya talagang tumigil. Nag-uwi ng halaman. Go girl. Kaya mo yun. Paglabanan mo.
Tapos lahat ng mga artworks ko nasa lapag kasi wala pa akong kilalang pwedeng magpukpuk ng mga dingding. So lahat yun inunti-unti namin. Kami ni Jade actually, tsaka si Rolex yung driver ko doon. Pero may mga times na mag-isa lang din ako na talagang karga-karga ko silang lahat.
Okay, so one-woman show. I gotta put all of the clothes that we're gonna use for Fashion Week, all of the bags, all the shoes, we're gonna line them up. The outfits that we already put together when I left. This one I did myself too. We're not struggling mentally inside.
Pero fulfilling siya kasi talagang para kung ginawang hideaway place ko.
My favorite spot in the house is this beautiful chair. This is from a Brazilian designer. The story was they had a long-distance relationship and they would send each other stuffed toys. I love stuffed toys. And then when they finally got married, they decided to bring all of their stuffed toys and create furniture. But this isn't, this is a replica or the idea, the concept of their love story. And I fell in love.
Siyempre dahil nga Inaalagaan natin yung inner child natin. Na minsan yung inner child na yan, masyadong nagwawala. Gustong-gusto ko siyang bilhin, pero ang bigat-bigat niya. And then finally, nung nakuha ko yung apartment ko, yun talaga yung una kong kinuha.
And then here we have like all of my fashion books, fashion items, and this one I got. This is actually lalagyan ng umbrella. It's for Nasetti, but it was just so beautiful that I had to have two.
Shopping in thrift stores, yun yung hilig ko. Para talaga siya sa yung mga nakikita mo sa Emily in Paris, nakakamura ka talaga.
So cute. Look at the clouds. What is your store called?
L'Oiseau de Paradis.
Okay, so we're
It's
here.
the oldest toy store in Paris.
Oh, really?
Since 1932, as
Oh,
you can see.
wow, this is so pretty. The
It's
clouds.
nice, huh?
Yeah.
Great, merci beaucoup.
So Camille, I got you your snowball. I did not forget. She's like, please don't forget. Para lang yan sa pananamit. Pag meron kang gusto sa bahay, hindi naman kailangan lahat bago. It's the story of each piece that you get.
This one, this beautiful mirror, the first time, not the first time, but when I was looking for furniture, it was something that really caught my eye and I was so in love. But it was impossible for me to take it because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to put it on, but we were able to have people to put it up and gumawa pa sila ng patungan niya.
Nasa pag-aayos lang yan, nasa final product, nasa final look, nasa personality sa nagdadala. So this is the KUBO store that I've been seeing.
I'm overwhelmed. So many beautiful stuff. So it's a mix of antiques and new. So it really depends what you like. But they have everything. If you see, this one is so perfect. Careful. This one. This is so beautiful. Can you imagine? You mix it with the Hermes.
This one?
Yes. It always has to be a pair, right?
Yes. It's England. No, it's England. Everybody in England had over the cheminée
Yes. Also
a
have this.
pair of Staffordshire. Yes.
It's something that I'm very, very proud of. And now we're gonna go upstairs.
Pag talagang tsinaga mo, makukuha mo. Para kahit anong mangyari, walang pwedeng magpalaya sa'yo. Closet space is life, pero doon, ibang usapan. Paris is my happy place. Pero syempre, there's no place like home. Pinay ako, syempre may mga baon tayo. Number 1 na baon ko na mahanap ko sa bahay ko, pancit canton, chicharon, cornic, dahon ng laurel para kay Chief, at corned beef.
Welcome to my treehouse here in Paris. And now we're gonna go upstairs. So I tried to bring all of like special pieces from my house, my home in the Philippines. These are all works that I've done. Over here we have all of these cute artworks from a Parisian artist. My husband, Cheese, he was the one na naglagay nito. This is where I pack. I put all of my Filipino designers. I like to bring a mix of Filipino designers and iniwan ko na siya dito.
Yung mga designers dito sa Pilipinas, hindi lang talaga sila nabibigyan ng pagkakataon. So I tried to bring as much as I can sa Paris at dun ko sila sinastore para kung meron akong moment na biglaang nag-open up para sa akin, ang first priority ko talaga is suotin ang Pinoy na designer. I remember it was Michael Leva and then the one na ibang klase, yung si Ivar. Men's Fashion Week, kaya ko siya pinupuntahan. Kahit anong suotin mo, pwede. At talagang nung sinuot ko yung damit ni Ivar, ang dami talaga. That's when you know the unsung heroes of Fashion Week, the photographers. And if you're wearing a Filipino designer, can you imagine the mileage they will get? Minsan, na-invite ako sa UP na mag-talk sa fashion school, sa class nila. And may isa si Ron, meron siyang design na hat na medyo very eccentric, quirky. Dinala ko siya doon because it was my way of reminding myself again to stay authentically yourself. It was my way of manifesting Ron's dream. In a sense, it was taking him with me to the fashion capital, which is Paris.
And then I just have endless like abubots, as you can see. It's in a really, really nice, safe area. So this is the #1 reason why I got it. And you know, it just fits perfectly for what I do. All of my winter clothes dito na, so hindi na overweight. And then over here, I have more bags.
The apartment at the time na pumupunta ako sa Paris, wala pa akong sponsorship sa mga hotels. So talagang malaking tipid siya para sa team ko. I made sure na 2-bedroom siya. Bago nandun yung walk-in ko, kwarto din yun ng team ko. Tapos at least meron kaming mapupuntahang lugar na we can make more memories. Kaya naisipan ko mag-invest talaga sa isang apartment doon. Speaking as a former single girl, it's always important that you have your own. Thankful ako na maganda yung life ko and everything, pero it's not the same story for a lot of women out there. Yun yung tugro sa akin ng daddy ko tsaka ng nanay ko na kailangan mong talagang makapundar ka ng sarili mong lugar para kahit anong mangyari, meron kang pupuntahan. Pag talagang tsinaga mo, makukuha mo. Para kahit anong mangyari, walang pwedeng magpalaya sa'yo. Meron kang sarili mong lugar.
I'm just so grateful. Anything is possible. This can actually be your situation. Cheers to today.
This is where you will find me most of the time conceptualizing my reels.
Kasi hindi naman ako sikat doon eh. Pag dumating yung Korean star, pak! Nauusog-usog ka na, off-frame ka na ganyan.
So if kunwari they want to do other clients, wala nang problema. Tell me naman because ako bawal, sa'yo pwede. Bawal ako mag-react.
Bastos talaga.
Dear, ito na nga yung pinaka-grabe sa lahat.
Ihulog kita dito.
Huwag mong kakalimutan yun na kaya ka binibless kasi mabait kang ako. Huwag mong kakalimutan yun. Don't ever reassess kung ano kang klaseng tao kasi mabuti kang tao.
Tumawag si Lady Gaga sa akin. Hindi, ems lang. Lady Gaga once said, "My apartment is my stage. My bedroom is my stage. But those are stages you're not allowed to see." Pero iba naman tayo, di ba? Nilantad ko na yung buong buhay ko. Parang magkakilala na, parang pinsan-pinsanan na tayo. So eto na, ipapakita ko sa inyo ang kwarto ko sa Paris. Ang kwarto ko sa Paris. Halika na! Hindi na, walang kailangan na visa dito.
It's just a very sweet room. And then nung ginawa ko to, wala akong interior designer. So as you can see, magulong-magulo siya because that's me. I like to be surrounded by memories, items that I find very interesting. So a lot of the stuff here, I hand-carried with me from the Philippines, and a lot are just like given by brands or, you know, gifts from friends. This is a cute Saletti lampshade that I got that I always wanted, and they had it when I was here.
Sa bedroom, doon na kami nag-aayos.
Guys, in 5 minutes, we exit frame. In 5 minutes, Ate Maren,
Early in the morning. Ganun din ang kalakaran namin dito sa Pilipinas. Maaga kami mag-uumpisa, doon na kami mag-aayos. Kasi after that, pag nasa Fashion Week na, sa kotse na ako mag-aayos.
If I don't make it, then I don't make it. What can I do? I did my best, right? Ano yan? Sakit ng kamay ko.
So, importante talaga na meron kaming makeup chair, yung usual na mga ganap, lahat ng mga sponsor na makeup, lahat ng mga dala kong makeup para wala nang bili-bili doon, dinala ko na rin sa Paris.
This is where I do my glam. This is where you will find me most of the time conceptualizing my reels. And all of these are like from the Philippines. This one is also a picture, an original picture. I was 21 years old when this picture was taken. Corner over here, surrounded by my rose quartz, love quartz, hinan-carry ko yan. Many trips, unti. So nabuo ko na siya. So anything love quartz is going to Paris. Para you're just always calm, fresh, ganyan. And then my collection of, okay, this is the interesting part. So this sofa came with the apartment. And all of these stuffed toys I've had for a really long time. I like to also purchase like stuffed toys for my team. Isa and everybody, so sometimes we have matching stuffed toys. I love stuffed toys. Dito sa bahay na to, sobrang dami kayong makikita mga abubots. So, because that's me. So this is like my personal collection since I was very young. This is a German Shepherd. That's Yogi. And then this is Shooty. I tried to also get like, this is Khaleesi. Casper, where's Casper? Casper's here. Yan. Yun yung mga pastels ko. Another closet over here kasi hindi na talaga kasya ang aking buhay sa apartment na to. But you know, I just find it so refreshing that everything I need is here.
Another reason why na I feel at home sa Paris kasi nagkaroon na rin ako ng mga kaibigan doon. Madali pa naman ako maligaw. So, for the first time sa buhay ko, pwede na ako maging ways sa Paris, di ba? This is Heart, welcome to Paris. Turn left, ganyan. And of course, the photographers na madami rin akong pinagdaanan sa kanila. Ewan ko, siguro petite but charming ako. Parang minahal nila ako dahil lagi lang ako nakasmile. So, naging friends ko din sila. And then another reason why I feel very at home is because nagkaroon din ako ng Heart World community doon.
We love you, Heart! We love you, Heart! We love you, Heart! We love you, Heart!
Na talagang rain or shine, nandun talaga sila. Para ako silang naging mga guardian angel. Kasi hindi naman ako sikat dun eh. Pag dumating yung Korean star, pak! Nauusog-usog ka na, off-frame ka na ganyan. Pero sila yung mga nag-guard sa amin para hindi kami ma-sandwich. So, it's so nice na I have family na rin there. In fact, dumating na ako sa point na meron akong imposter syndrome. Yung feeling mo hindi ka deserving na makuha mo to. Nako, may drama. Medyo ito matinding drama at mga bagay hindi nyo nakita.
You cannot trust anybody.
Only yourself.
Only yourself and just chosen. Especially when they
You
want
can't
more.
be everybody's cup of tea. Kahit na ano pang gawin mo, magtatambi ka, meron pa rin ang hindi mo ayaw sa'yo. Ano lang, simple lang, kung kanino ka nagsimula, kung paano ka nagkaroon ng pangalan, bigyan mo naman ng ano, di ba?
I really felt like maybe to a point na minsan hanggang ngayon hindi ko pa rin ma-forgive yung sarili ko kasi at the end of the day, kahit sila yung mga kasama ko noon, ako pa rin ang gumawa.
Don't get me wrong, ina-acknowledge ko talaga yung idea na pinanganak akong privilege. Pero syempre, dinidisiplina din kami. Spoiled kami in a sense na lahat binibigay sa amin. Pero talagang sobrang thankful ako dahil yung tatay ko, magaling din siya magdisiplina. Kailangan maging thankful ka kung anong meron ka. Kailangan hardworking ka. Yung dala-dala ko na kung may gusto ka, kailangan pagtrabahuhan mo yun. Kailangan yung talagang alam mong deserve mo bago mo siya makuha. In fact, dumating na ako sa point na meron akong imposter syndrome. Yung feeling mo hindi ka deserving na makuha mo to. But as time goes by, I give a tap at the back na sinasabi ko sa'yo, you deserve it because hindi mo lang to pinaghirapan. Halos makipaglaban ka para dito. Pag pupunta ako ng Fashion Week, lagi ko tong dinadala. The difference of Heart and Love Marie. Kasi para sa akin, malinaw na difference yan. Si Heart, yan ang pinanganak na artista. Dito nyo kilala. Pero nung pumunta ako ng Fashion Week, nagpagawa talaga. Actually, regalo to sa akin ni Judith Lieber, yung brand na to. And I really on purposely said, hello, my name is Love Marie. Kasi it was me trying to reintroduce myself, not as artista, pero as who I am. Kumbaga, pangalan ko sa birth certificate ko. Kasi iba yun eh. Alam nyo na ang bagong kasabihan natin. Hindi lang when it comes to material things, but in life, pag pinaghirapan mo, kapag may mga pangarap ka, if you put in the effort and the sacrifices, nothing is impossible and you deserve it. So, kung meron kayong mga moments, kung meron kayong gustong i-share, kung wala kayong kinakausap, kung nalolonely kayo, kung brinigin kayo ng boyfriend nyo, halika nandito po kami, available kami, i-chika nyo na yan online sa aming community. I hope you enjoyed seeing the world through my eyes. I'll see you again next week. At next week, nako, may drama. Medyo ito matinding drama at mga bagay hindi nyo nakita. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Dahil naging kayo, influencer dahil kay Heart.
Correct, oh my
Mga bakla kayo, magre-resign kayo, sulat, kakapal naman ang mukha nyo. Pwede mo naman kausapin yung tao. Magagawa ba siya kung gusto niyo na siyang iwan? Pero sana namili kayo ng maayos na paraan.
True.
Hindi yung yun naman yung tao. Kaya kayo nakilala dahil kay Heart. Tandaan niyo yan. Di kayo makikilala kung hindi si Heart yung inayusan nyo.
Now that I'm alone, it's really not about other people. You know, it's about like they really destroyed my inner joy and how bubbly I was, how I was so carefree, you know, and I'm still struggling.